There's a display for the My Cause, My Cleats campaign that the NFL put on several months back during the regular season, where players were allowed to wear specialized cleats for a cause of their choice. You may notice something a little bit different about the site of this year's Super Bowl opening night. It's not a football facility. It's Minute Maid Park, home of Major League Baseball's Houston Astros. 27 years isn't bad, but it's far from the record. 51 Super Bowls and counting. That's all of them. That belongs to George Toma, who turns 88 this week. Not only did I get to go to Mars, but I got back in time to talk to you tonight. And of course, be here in time for the big game on Sunday. We're here for Super Bowl 51, and since the game is 2 days away and we're in Houston, where NASA is, we'll call it T-minus 2 days. The city of Houston has an official nickname, Space City. Why? Because it's home to NASA's Johnson Space Center.
This is where the first words that were uttered on the moon were Houston. And so as a rocket scientist by day, we're building the rocket and the systems that'll take us to Mars faster than ever before.
Luckily, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to experience Mars in virtual reality. You just have to stop by NASA's Future Flight exhibit on display this week at Super Bowl Live.
You see all the elements. You launch from Earth. You see the International Space Station, which is currently orbiting around the Earth as we talk. You see the Space Launch System, which is the rocket that'll get you to Mars. You see all the pieces coming together.
Whoa! Not only is it realistic, it drops you right on the 50-yard line at Energy Stadium.
I was terrified. I was screaming just like a little baby.
I was so scared, so I don't really remember at all. I mean, that's the truth.
It took a team of hundreds across aerospace almost a year to set up this exhibit.
We've gotten astronauts that have flown actually on International Space Station up on the ride, and they love the excitement, the thrill. The wow factor of this Super Bowl is space and human spaceflight, and Houston is at the forefront of all of that.
Tejas Custom Boots, a small shop in Midtown Houston that's been described as both a showroom and a workshop.
Just trying to make a boot that looks good and fits.
It sounds so simple, but the process is anything but. Mike Kirkendall has been making custom boots since 1984, and it still takes him on average 6 to 8 weeks. And it's not cheap.
Our boots start around $14.50, but it goes up according to the skin.
You heard that right, $1,450 starting price. The skins can vary from alligator to shark to ostrich. Tejas Custom Boots has sold plenty of each over the years, including a pair to former President George H.W. Bush.
Yeah, it's really cool. Just really neat to be a part of it, and especially if somebody like that walked through the door, would be really impressive.
When Chris Liggett first walked through the door, he was a customer.
Major difference. I always bought store-bought boots, and I really didn't know how uncomfortable they were until I actually put on a actual custom boot that was tailored for my foot.
That's what's kept Tejas Custom Boots in business the last 33 years. And while they specialize in boots, they also make, among other things, bags, watches, belts, and gun cases. You know, guys, a lot of interesting things to choose from in that store, and they can put anything you want on a side of a pair of boots, like the Sports Central logo, possibly the KC24 logo. Just do me a favor, send me the money first, because otherwise I'd have to sell my plane ticket or else I'll be stranded in Houston, not able to get back home.